You need to be more like a dog. We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. We need more dogs.
Who dat?
Who dat?
New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Jayton, for those who might not be aware, is the number one Tyler Shough fan on earth.
Far from it, brother. Are they ever just gonna move on and burn this thing to the ground? Because they go out and get Justin Reid in the offseason. They go out and get Dylan Radins. Like, it seems like they're still just patching this thing together year after year, even after Drew Brees is gone, even after Sean Payton's gone. Now Derek Carr retires, and you look at it and you're like, you have a lot of pieces here. You have Chris Olave. I keep thinking the wheels are going to fall off for Alvin Kamara anytime now, and he's still going out there and playing good football. Cam Jordan, he's going to retire a Saint. So, but you just look at it and it's like, yeah, you have pieces here, but you really just need to tear this thing down and just start over from the ground floor.
I think that's kind of what they're doing this year. Like, Ryan Ramchick's money is going to be off the books next year, I believe. Derek Carr is going to be off the books next year. And let's see, Cam Jordan, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, this is the last year of his contract too.
Okay.
So like, I think this kind of is their burn down year from a cap standpoint, and just say we are going to be able to reset after this, or reset enough. There might be some of that still holding over, but like, there will be enough where they can say, okay, we can structure all this. We can move stuff around to make all this work again. Someone I talked to who knows way more about the cap than I do put something out there this year to me of just like, the cap is fake, basically.
Oh yeah. Cap's
and it's like, real. It's not. If you are willing to spend enough cash, you can get around most cap issues.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the Saints will be in a position where they can much more easily navigate the cap next year because of the money that's coming off the books with Carr, with Ramczyk, with Cam Jordan. Unless they might extend, I don't know, maybe they would extend Cam Jordan, but I don't know. But I think that they are going to be eating a lot of dead cap. Some of it will probably go to next year now. I'm thinking of it because it's void years on these guys' contracts, and they will hit next year. So next year is their full reset year then.
Yeah. But so looking at this team 2025, it looks like we're going to be starting Tyler Shough at quarterback, which couldn't stay healthy through his 15 years of college. Finally had a healthy season at Louisville. He played all right. I wasn't blown away by his performance at all. He's back with his college teammate, Juwan Johnson, who's in his 7th year in the NFL.
I did not know they were college teammates.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting the band back together. So, what is there to like about this team? Because it's the NFL. Teams really are never as bad as you think they're going to be. Sometimes they are. Historically, you can always probably bet on the Browns to find a way to fuck it up. It seems like, especially in the last 20 years, the Saints always just kind of find a way to win games that they shouldn't win. Last year, obviously not. Started out hot. Offense looked unstoppable. Well, were they 3-0 and then won 2 more games?
They were a classic tale of I said this when they started 3-0 last year. As long as they were playing from ahead, good luck. Like, Dennis Allen's defense was churning with a lead, and they could keep the ball on the ground, and they have a good O-line.
Yeah, they've done a lot. Penning played better last year than he had showed previously.
He's a really good run blocker. Like, they didn't pick up his 5th-year option because his pass protection is pretty suspect, but like, as a run blocker, he is a difference maker.
Yeah. Kelvin Banks, I thought that was just a good, safe pick. Building for the future. So
I thought he was the best guard in the draft.
Yeah.
So if they're playing him at guard, I love it. I think he does have some potential to play tackle, but like, I saw him like the Cowboys' Tyler Smith of just like, this dude's going to be a really good guard. Just play him at guard.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Tyrann Mathieu, I mean, he's probably going to retire as Saints. So I mean, this is kind of a swan song for some of these guys. I mean, Justin Reed's even getting old. Cam Jordan's getting old. Tyrann Mathieu's getting old. Alvin Kamara's getting old. Brandon Cooks back to the team that drafted him after. Is this the first time he's ever gone to a team that he wasn't traded to
Might be.
in his career?
It might be.
I think Brandon Cooks might hold the record for being traded the most amount of times for a first round pick. I think he was traded for a first round pick like 4 times.
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy. But yeah, it's just kind of a swan song. One last ride. I don't know what to think about this team because honestly, I mean, if Tyler Shough goes out there and plays well, they can easily win some games here.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, offensive line, Talisi Fuaga, Kelvin Banks, Eric McCoy, Cesar Reese, Trevor Penning. That is a good offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think Fuaga is going to go make a lot of Pro Bowls at tackle, but he can be a road grader of a run blocker and a serviceable to good pass protector. Like,
yeah, and
you can win with that. And
you look at the skill positions. I mean, Rashid Shaheed can take the top off it at any time. One of the most electric players in the league. Alvin Kamara is still playing at a high level. Kendre Miller played well last year. Devin Neal coming out of Kansas, I loved. So I definitely think they're going to be able to run the football when they want to. And Jawan Johnson, Taysom Hill, Foster Moreau. I mean, you have 3 good tight ends. I mean, they have depth, really.
Yeah,
it's just,
I mean, it's old. It's a lot of the depth is a little older, and that becomes a concern because those injuries can stack on you. Like, I wouldn't sit here betting that the Saints will win more. Like, their total was at 5.5. I wouldn't take that over. But like, there are worlds where they just get some injury luck, and it's like, okay, this kind of works.
Yeah, and especially if they win some games early. I mean, I think they're good enough to honestly, if we're looking at the Saints team, might be one of my favorite teams against the spread this year because I think they're going to keep it close. I think they can muck it up. Just got to avoid mistakes from the quarterback position.
They were 7-10 against spread last year. I could see them doing that or a little better this year, like just because I think there's going to be a lot of people really down on them. I do think, and Saints fans aren't going to like this, I do think last year's coaching staff had a better chance with this roster than this year's coaching staff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about Kellen Moore. I mean, I didn't love him in Philly. I thought the Philly talent outweighed some of the things that Kellen Moore can really mess up at times and kind of get too cute with it. So
I think Sirianni's good at managing coordinators too. Like, I do think that he is good at that.
But yeah, and I mean, when that Philly situation, it's like it's hard to fuck that up. I mean, give Saquon the ball, throw the ball to AJ Brown, and let your quarterback go up the middle for 2 or 3 yards when you need it. Like,
what I said wasn't so much about the offensive side though, as the defensive side. Like, I look at this defensive roster, and I have watched and charted 5 games of the Saints defense from last year because Dennis Allen is the Bears defense coordinator. So I'm preparing for what to see, what to understand, what type of defense he runs. And I see Brandon Staley tied to this defensive roster personnel groupings. And I go, this is not a Brandon Staley roster. This is a Dennis Allen defense roster. He wants big, thick edge rushers like Carl Granderson and Chase Young who can play the rushing lanes. He wants to game things up for his defensive tackles. And they still have these same guys there on the defensive line for a defensive coordinator who historically is going to ask them to do very different things than what Dennis Allen was asking them to do. I'm not sure how Chase Young fits in this defense. Like, I think he's a hand in the dirt defensive end. I mean, Grant, he has the athleticism to do anything, but like, I don't know. He's only really excelled in New Orleans in that type of role, right? Like in Washington, even it's questionable how much he ever really excelled there with his hand in the dirt. But like, will Cameron Jordan be as effective under a new defensive coordinator in a new system? I think there's real questions there. Demario Davis has been a monster for Dennis Allen in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure he's going to be that same player. So, like, once those questions start to creep in, on top of, I can't believe Paulson Adebo got out the door there. Honestly, he went to New York, and so now we're talking Kool-Aid McKinstry showed some good stuff as a rookie, but now you got Alante Taylor and Ugo Amadi starting at corner. Those are two names that don't do much for me, and that brings me back to similar to what I said with the Falcons. I'm an offensive coordinator seeing that. I'm just not throwing at Tyrann Mathieu and Justin Reed. I'm going to test Kool-Aid some, and I got two other options here that I can take.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Obviously they're not getting a whole lot of respect being at 5.5 win total. And I mean, I tend to agree. I mean, I just don't know where you're going to get when somebody's got to make a play on defense, when they got to make a stop.
You're talking about a team for the last 5 or like longer than 5 years, but like they have had a culture of figuring it out, finding ways to win football games, and that culture is wiped out now to something that is brand new. And I don't know how that's gonna work with a bunch of veteran guys who, should hold each other accountable and be like they're pros and all that, but like I just don't know how this culture, what it turns into with the complete staff change that is there now. And, if, I don't know, maybe their offensive coordinator, Nussmeier, wants his son next year a quarterback. Like, I mean,
maybe he's going to be there.
I do think there might be, if there's one team in the NFL that I think is on tank watch, it might be the Saints.
This team, if everything goes right, I think it's a 500 team, 8-9, 9-8.
Yeah, I think that's their ceiling for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're looking at this. Over 5.5 is plus money. Under is minus 125. You have playoffs at plus 650, division at plus 1,000. If I'm taking something here and I'm just sprinkling it, maybe the playoffs at 6.5 to 1, just for the fact that it is the NFL. I mean, crazy shit can happen. They can win 4 or 5 games down the stretch and sneak into that 7 seed maybe. If everything goes right, I mean, I think the NFC
schedule.
Yeah, and I think the NFC is going to be pretty tough this year, but I think that kind of helps them if they're trying to backdoor their way into that 7 seed. A lot of the other divisions going to be beating up on each other. So I mean, I do see a little bit of window of opportunity for them there to sneak in, but that's probably what I would look at here is that 6.5 to 1 to make the playoffs, just because it is the NFL and teams sneak in all the time.
And, yeah. I'm probably just doing the over 5.5. I'm betting anything just because last year only one team in the NFC won fewer than 5 games. It's still the NFC at plus 105. I think I'll take the over 5.5 wins, but like it's not something I'm just sprinkling maybe. And at that point, I get your logic of just saying, well, why not do playoffs then if you're sprinkling, because that's plus 650.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at this division. I mean, I think they can go 3-3 in division. I mean, division games are hard. New Orleans is a tough place to play.
I'll tell you what, I would not be at all surprised if they only won 2 games in the division and they were both against the Falcons, just because the Saints hate the Falcons' guts. Yeah. Like and the Falcons hate the Saints' guts, but historically the Saints have been the more gritty team, and that hate has worked out more in their favor. But like those are some of those physical football games I've watched the last few years, the Saints-Falcons games.
Yeah, absolutely.